Hey guys, welcome back. It's Lucid. We're jumping back into our game with the nation U. We are playing with the mod Hellenika, which adds a bunch of wild and crazy and very complicated nations to the game. And yeah, let's hop back into it. We're on turn 20. If you recall last episode, we took a little crappy throne. Our egg casts Syzygy of Rebirth, and as a result of that, it has now respawned here as a non-red egg. It has gone non-nuclear, and then we have another egg that spawned here. And we're going to go ahead and just build a lab here, and we're going to move people. I don't actually have the turn orders here, because those don't get saved a lot of times with the way the direct connect thing works when I back up turns. But we're just going to put these idiots here on this guy. We're going to run over here and put these guys on like hold and attack, and then blessing. Okay. Something like that. I'm not going to actually kind of redo everything. This guy is going to come up here and attack. We'll get to see the battle here. And then we're going to send all of these big idiots, everybody in here. Now the formation we're going to do. First of all, we're going to put everybody on Muse Your Daddy that we can. Except these guys can't be, but we're going to put them here where they'll have a little better leadership. Don't know if I think I consolidate something like this. Not exactly sure how we set this up, but so it'll be a little anticlimactic. But we'll put all these idiots here. One thing I don't do this turn, but I should turn off recruitment here. We'll see in a couple episodes that I realize I didn't turn off recruitment. But the idea is going to be pretty straightforward. These guys are going to be in a line up here. And these guys, I scouted it too, so we can kind of take a good hard look at it. What I'm going to try to do, the problem is I don't want my boulders to get in with the mannequins, but I can't really help it. My boulders, a lot of them are going to die. We're going to put the boulders right here. And then they're going to hopefully crush a lot of the tree people. We're going to put a big ball of feet right here, and they're going to run through and try to flank and get to the archers. And then everybody else, all the tribesmen, are just going to be here backing up the boulder and just piling in through the middle. We don't actually want necessarily huge amounts of surface area, because that's going to mean more damage, and we kind of want the battle to stretch out long enough. We don't want to like super stretch it out, but we want to stretch it out long enough that we don't... our regeneration capacity for our little squad doesn't get overloaded. So yeah, we're just going to bowl these guys right in here. We're going to have we've got several priests here, and they're just going to be on banishment duty. My god, can't banish, but he'll be doing apostasis or whatever. But I am bringing like this guy who's really just coming to spam banishment, and that's to take care of these mannequins, because these mannequins are going to fatigue. Like, I do not want them fatiguing up my front line. That's actually really bad. And what we do have, also, is we have enough money. I think I got somebody back here with some gems, too. So when you take all this together, we got enough money to go ahead and cast Song of Palm and Foot. And after that, we still have enough money, and this is because I was trading with Calum and Nabatim. We still have enough money to go and cast Thinking Partizan. So not bad. Not bad at all. And we're going to be getting our research going. The way I'm thinking about it is, right now my next goal is I need to get Thom 4 so I can get Geomancers out. Potentially might want to get Beastmasters out too, though I'm not sure. They're pretty cheap. And maybe a Fistmaster just to deal with super combatant issues. But no, I've got my god. We don't really need that. But anyway, that would be nice. I mean, Iron Will's also pretty nice to have. It was another good reason to go Thaumaturgy. But really for Geomancers, I think. Witch Doctors, if we wanted to do... we're not really going to do that yet. After that, we've got to make a pit stop on Blood. We're going to change this up this turn. Once I get Blood, then we're going to go Enchantment, and this is going to give me Mindsmiths, which is going to be really important if we fight Arcadia. And then after that, we are going to be hauling ass for enchantment 6. So if you look at it, I mean enchantment 7. If you look at it, I'm going to need actually less than this, like 64 gems, because I have that site in Agartha to cast this. Everything, except for some other situational things which I'm going to need along the way, and I may make a pit stop at Alt 4. Because Alt 4 is going to give me the Diviners, which are going to give basically Solar Eclipse. And then... Is this the one that gives me... Yeah, this is... We're going to get some of these guys too when we go up enchantment, but this is going to give me Strength of Giants. So I may make a pit stop for this guy, but probably not. I think we're just going to go haul ass, put all the Earth Gems we can, aside from the few we're going to need for Strength of Giants and stuff like that, put all those into researchers to get to Earthblood Deepwell as fast as I literally can. And then we're going to get a really fast, really cheap, really early cast of Earthblood Deepwell. That's the goal. But we need Blood 3, that's for sure. And then after that, I think it would just haul ass for it. Now, I can actually get a pretty good amount of research per turn. If we consider that I'm going to start getting a little blood economy going, we're going to be turning the blood economy into imps. Imps are going to be going on these guys, giving them boosters. So we're going to be getting, like 3 to 6 to 10 RP per turn from, like, new RP per turn from imp familiars. Each of these guys are going to give me 21. So, and we can potentially cast almost, especially if I trade some gems, we can get at least 30 RP per turn of just these guys. Per turn. So that will mean in and then we're going to get a little bit from getting more mages, but not much. Like, that's not going to be a big part of this. These guys are going to give, 7 here. So when you add it all up, we're probably like 50 per turn. 45 maybe. So we can get up to like 500 reasonably quick. And 500, that'll get us to enchant 7. I forget what it is to actually get to enchant 7. It'd be so nice if you just click on this and see. We could probably pull it up in some other game or something. I'm going to pause and find out. Okay, so I went and looked it up, and it's 2,400, I think, for the final research level. The entire thing from 0 to level 7 is, I think, 5,100 or something like that. So we're obviously not starting off at 500, but assuming we get like a little higher than that, well, let's do the math. If we do 50 per turn, and we get... we're not going to quite be getting 50 new RP every turn. We'll probably be getting like 40. So if we do 40 per turn, in 10 turns we'll have 400 more. And so over that period, the average will be this plus 200, which would be 350. And then 350 into 5,000. It's probably like 14 turns away. Plus some change here for this. That means probably like turn 34, 35, we'll be putting it up. Which is pretty early for Earthblood Deepwell. And that can change the game for us. The one thing I'm really trying to decide, and I'm like really hung up on this, is if we go, and I know this, we probably talked about it before, but it's just, I was stirring over it today. If I go... I'm definitely going for this, Earthblood Deepwell. And you might say, well, of course you go right up to this. But I was considering actually just saying, well, maybe not. Maybe, the only thing is it does give my god the ability to do mass regen on top of everything we've already got. That's pretty good. I mean, that's kind of a reason in and of itself. Haunted Forest potentially could be hilarious with my protozoans too. Every little foot that they kill turns into a mannequin. Just empower my god in death once. Done. And I've got a death income. I could definitely empower my god once in death. I don't have a nature income, though. But so anyway, I've got to decide, because what I want to do, a part of me really wants to go Construction 9, which at the start you just are like, it's so dumb. Why would you ever do that? But then you realize you're getting a pretty sizable discount on this. And you can get Construction 9 way, way, way before... way before you're going to get 8 and all the other paths to get all the golems. So, not the golems, the Mew Atlases. What that would do is, if I get 5 of all the summonable ones, if I get the one for Conjuration, for Alteration, for Evocation, for Enchantment, and for Thaumaturgy, if I get one of each of those, then basically I get this 6th one that's going to self-replicate. Which is pretty fucking cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. Whether we do that or not, I'm not sure. And, I mean, when you look at it, like, they're all useful. I don't think I could get enough of the Alteration ones. They're pretty fucking good. I definitely can't get enough of the Thaumaturgy ones, Mass and Slave. Probably, I mean, I could probably have too many of the Enchantment ones, but they're really good, too. The only one I'm not, like... the Conjuration ones are really good, too. They give you economy, and then they can cast a lot of spells, like the normal way. The only ones I'm not super tickled over are the Evocation ones, with the Meteor Shower. Because Meteor Shower kind of fucks with my Bless. So I can't really put them in my army. I'd have to do traps with them, but then they'd be vulnerable to getting picked off. So I don't know. I'd have to stack Imar gear on them, and then put a Ring of Returning. But there's problems with that. Anyway. I mean, there's a lot of problems with that. I'm trying to do that with you. Anyway, okay, so we're going to go ahead and have this battle here next turn. We'll go ahead and pull that up. We're on turn 20, so let's go ahead and pull up turn 21. My current turn is turn 22. This one I've got the actual move orders put in. Whoops, so we have a battle here. So here we go. The forces of all that is good and holy in the world. And possessors of many feet, but not too much else. We have the proud armies of you. Satrapos in the back. We've got... I didn't want to get these priests too close to the front, because this guy, my prophet, will go berserk if the blood bond stuff triggers him, and then he won't cast banishment. I really want him to cast banishment. And then we've got this big angry fucker in the front. I really should name these guys. I named some of them. I don't think I named him. And then in a completely different formation, we've got the mannequins in front, Vineman in the back, Militia in the front, Phantasmal Warriors, Archers, and then Light Infantry. So without further ado, let's get to it. Archer volleys come off. Banishment coming down. These guys are making their way in. The ones going after the Vineman, it's kind of okay. But they're kind of getting surrounded a little bit too, which is not what we want. You can see once they get surrounded, they kind of get wrecked. Especially when they're isolated and surrounded. But these guys are doing much better. This is kind of how we wanted it to look. And I thought these guys were going to run in behind them, but they kind of got hung out to dry. But the proud armies of you are marching forward. What may be better is to have these guys like purely on a flanking position where they just come in the sides. I'm not sure. Like if the enemy's in a line, I can line the boulders up and it's good. The problem is if they're in a block, I don't want the boulders plowing into the middle of a big block, I don't think. Which is what I had him do here, but... we basically did a sacrifice play where I let a lot of the boulders die, whereas... if I let the mannequins form a front line, they can, like, fatigue up my whole front line. I just wanted to kill things fast enough where that probably didn't happen. But with the banishment spam, I might have been okay. Got the dancing feet back here. Kicking ass. You know what I mean? Okay. And so in total, we lost 24, which was not great. We lost a lot of boulders, though. 10 out of 15. And we killed 400 dudes. An even 400. And next we get to see Home Slice. I think, is this Bobo? No, this is Valik. Valik is going to do Stone Skin. Look at that. 26 protection. Blessing. Holy Avenger. How are you going to kill Valik? Look at this man. What you going to do? You think Valik gives a fuck? Okay, he's a little fatigued out right now, but Valik gave 0 fucks, okay? I just want you to know that. Did he do the... I don't think we had him do the oil thing. We probably needed him to do the oil thing. Found a magic site, Imperial Quarry. Sweet! Every Earth site we find is like... It's a big deal. And we cast, as I mentioned, the Song of Palm and Foot. And what will happen is, the moment you cast it, you get this guy. An Auto Catonios. They're immortal. They have 4 arms. They have no chest, but they have feet. Of course they have feet. They got feet on feet. They got a dancing foot attack. And they got 2 miscellaneous slots. They have ambidextrous 8. They are innate casters, which actually is a problem. They tend to kind of fatigue themselves out with this. And they have built-in reinvigoration 1, which helps a little bit with this, but not nearly enough. Recuperation, which is nice, especially coupled with immortality. And then they're slightly resistant to all the elements. And then they have sloth power, productivity power. And they're sacred, of course. So these guys can be really nasty super combatants. What I think we will do is we're going to empower them in blood so they can do Leeching Touch. We might need to actually empower it twice. The reason for that is that Leeching Touch, where the hell are we? The AI likes casting it, but it costs 20 fatigue and we do 15 damage. It doesn't really get rid of your fatigue when it costs 20 to do. You kind of need to do... You basically, if you get this to cost 10 fatigue instead of 20, then you actually are going to like heal fatigue. But right now, there's just... If we were to just empower it once, we'd basically just avoid taking fatigue from casting spells, which is, it's an upgrade, but... We're not going to be rolling in Blood Slave, so it's something we'll have to think about whether we really want to do. But he's a huge badass. His default attacks are also really good. Shatter Fist, Divine Grasp. These are not bad. 5 attacks. Sorry, very killy. Right now we're going to have him research. We see our northern neighbors, Nabatem, moving in. It looks like they were maybe going to take this throne, but if not, they're going to come take this one. And our... It looks like Thalamantha is decidedly winning this war. We're going to move our scouts over here to get a better sense of what's going on. We've got 2 scouts coming. It would have been nice to scout this. I could have done scrying from Agartha had I thought about it, and we could watch it, but I didn't. And the other thing you can tell is we've started to get some foot free spawn. And this is the free spawn we get. We get some of these guys, and we get kind of a much more rare one of these guys. And so anyway, we have to get some of these guys, the mega trichiloses, to run around and pick these up. And then we'll be using them to blood hunt and things like that. Or patrol for blood hunters. So that's basically it. We didn't get any pop kill events. Very happy with that. Let's go ahead and pull up the current turn, which is turn 22. I'm like really tired right now too. I hope it's not coming across that I'm super low energy right now. So somebody had a really bad event happen this coming turn. I'll show you. We had poor Arco. So we can see Arco's basically... They apparently had these guys on their cap. They finally got out of their cap. But then they had a bad event, and they have luck 3, by the way. Had a bad event that pinned them back in their cap. Now, if you... There's a weird thing in Dominions where if you break out of any fort, like you do break siege or whatever, you fight a small battle, you win, you break out. But you get attacked by Indies in the event phase. It is impossible. There's nothing you can do to block it. So you just get trapped in your fort again. So what's shit timing for this? Right in the middle of this war, right on his cap? I mean, you can't have worse, really. That's some really shitty RNG. We found 2 sites underwater. We found the Pillar of Life, which kills undead, which we don't really care about. And then we found the Moving Sandbanks, which gives us +1 Earth, which is wonderful. We didn't find anything, unfortunately, at this throne, which we're deeply upset about. We did see Thalamonth attacking here. And he's using this Air 2 guy that's got a few Silverhawks. Oh, it doesn't even appear he's blessing them. He's just jumping, he's YOLOing straight to the back. I wanted to see what their bless was, but I guess we don't get to see. These guys are so good. Look at this. Like, just vanilla. Like, nothing special on them. 21 defense on a cav unit that has flying and storm immunity and is sacred. How good is that? I ask you. The good thing for us is they're kind of big. They're size 4. They don't do a ton of damage, so their attack density is not great. But they're hard to kill, but I don't think they would be able to kill my blob. Next up, some events. We get more diseases spreading. We got some Dominion, which is okay, I guess. We don't care that much about our Dominion. And then we got some population getting killed again. A solar eclipse. That's very nice for us. Anyway, that's that. We're going up blood, and then I think we're gonna... This is my current turn, so we'll go ahead and plug this in, because we're on the server now. We're going straight for enchantment 7. We're building a fort here. We've site searched it already. We're going to be doing a slow move this way. I've talked to Nabatim, and they are inclined, because Thalamonth is their neighbor, they're inclined to attack them. So I've told them I agree. Now, he and I have a nap. But... And I don't know. It's hard to know, but he also has a nap with Thalamonth, but he says he's kind of wanting to go after them or soon. And I told him I'm willing to help with either. Thalamonth, I think I'll do better at, and there's probably more spoils. The problem with Thalamonth is it, like, spaghettifies me. In some ways, attacking Nabatim would be good for me, except they're so poor. The other option is just eat Calum. Or eat Arcadia. What I would prefer to do, and this is going to sound really Machiavellian, but if I help Calum, the best, just a lot of this has to do with geography. If I help Calum defeat Arcadia, and then I eat Calum, that would probably be the #1 best. But that hurts my soul a little bit, because like I'm helping him defeat these guys, because they've kind of been getting bullied. So I don't know. What I could do is help them defeat them, have some border, which I know I will have to kind of defend later, and then maybe eat these guys. Do we have caves over here? See, there's not a lot of caves. Here's a cave. I need to get caves I can teleport to, because I can like move long distances through caves, but there's a cave up here. Are there any caves down here? Not really. So, I'm not sure. Caleb's weak would be an easy target. But I think helping them go on Arcadia. Arcadia is a really good player. So part of me just wants to get that player out of the game. If I have a good opportunity. Attacking these guys geographically isn't great, but situationally it's really good because they've just like every time an empire quickly eats up another empire, their military density is way low compared to what it was. Because they're not like all the new infrastructure they got, like, okay, it just started producing stuff, but it hasn't been producing stuff long. So basically, they've got pretty much the army they started the war with, plus or minus any losses. And instead of that all being concentrated in one territory, now it's split between two. So situationally, this is a good, they're going to be trying to siege down the cap. There's a lot of situational things that are good here. If we move quickly. But there's also things which are not great. Because it's going to make me this big, long spaghetti empire that's hard to reinforce. Or not spaghetti, but just straight line. And I don't really like that. But I do like the idea of having another capital. Anyway. So I'm really not sure of the next move. The thing is, these guys... So Caleb would be good geographically. These guys would also be good geographically, but like, look at these scales, all right? It's going to be poor as shit. It's just as poor as me. I'd rather invade somebody with good scales. And then at least I get some decent income before my shit Dominion crawls in there. I don't really want to attack Zun either. The problem is this... God... Such a weird, like this whole river lake system over here makes for a very unique diplomatic circumstance here. I also asked these guys if they wanted a nap. They didn't. So they may be thinking about attacking me, but... yeah, I don't know. I could probably just take this army and go storm their cap if I wanted to. Like, we're probably that strong right now. So anyway, that's basically it for what's going on right now. We're getting here we're getting Geomancers, we're getting 2, and then we're getting a Thinking Protozoan. And then we're going to send those guys out and do some proper site searching. Though maybe, just maybe, we should do one more Geomancer. And then we'll be done with that. I mean, I could even do one more if I wanted to. There's no real incentive to do them over this way. So yeah, we can actually do... Why don't we do them over here? So we'll get 2 more. We're getting 4 total, and then we're done with Geomancers. We'll just let them run around side searching. Hopefully they find some nice stuff for us. Yeah. So I think that's about it. I think that's it. We're setting up a blood hunting site right here. So I've got 2 of these guys moving in. We're converging some feet. This will not be enough feet to patrol for 2 blood hunters. So unrest is going to go up a little bit. In fact, maybe I should only move 1 guy in now until I have more feet. I think that's it. For our armies, we're going to slowly move them this way. And right now, we're either going to go to war with these guys or these guys, but I'm not sure. So I'm waiting to see. It might be as simple as how I'm feeling on that given day, or it might be who's ready first, Nabatem or Caleb. So I'm not sure. Not sure. We also need to get a lab here and start getting Windmasters and go out site searching for air too. That would be wonderful. Or start making quills. So you can see we already got a little air bank, and now that we've claimed it, we're going to be able to do like 1 quill per turn. Which, speaking of which, that's actually like a threshold point. Where's my... Okay. This guy's going to come here. We're going to site search. We're going to build a lab here. He's not going to leave this. He's going to be on outquill duty after this. Yeah. We need some alquils bad. We're going to have a huge glut of pearls, which I have no idea what we're going to do with. But anyway, guys, I think that is it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.